Alright, we are looking at Game 3 of Chicago Huntsmen vs. Florida Mutineers. Series is tied 1-1. Uh, so, some quick things before we get started. I covered map 1. For whatever reason, the video was stupid laggy in the OBS recording. I've since changed some settings. Hopefully that works. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, let's get started. We have Chicago spawning A, Florida spawning C. Looks like we're going to have a rumble for B and a meetup over by green between Pharaoh and Formal. So, let's see what happens here if A team can get control of B. As of right now, it's just trades. It's just trades at B. It just ends up being neutralized for everybody. Yeah, it's just still trades. Florida is coming out on top in these trades, so it looks like they can probably sneak a cap on B. It looks like they can sneak a cap on B. And now they're trapped. Because Pristini spawned at C. So, ooh, okay, that's nice shots from Pristini to get that kill. Where is Skies going to spawn? At C. Alright. I like that play from Pristini. He spawned C. He went up to top L. And boom, was able to win his fight and then sit up here. He didn't try to push out C, he didn't try to cap it. He sat up here, knowing Florida was going to spawn C. And he sat up here to cut off this entire side. He sat up there to cut that off so his team could get control. I really like that play from him. Alright, I had to make sure that the audio settings were all good. Sorry about that. Alright, we're going back in. Okay, this is... Nope, I don't want that. Get this off my screen. Please get this off my screen. Alright, it's off my screen now. Alrighty. So, during that, it looks like Chicago was able to capture B. They're still holding on to A. Florida still spawning by C. However, we have Pharaoh pushed up this on the burning car. He's been called out though. So he's drawing attention. And while he's drawing attention, 3 players from Florida have pushed into B. Let's see if they're going to be able to win their fights at B to sneak a capture. Looks like they will. Pristini was able to clean up 2 and make Florida work for it, but it looks like Florida's going to be able to capture B. Or not. It's Frosty hopped off the flag. And... Huh. Oh boy. So, looks like Florida was able to capture B. Alright. Right? Yeah, they were, okay. I saw the white outline, I got confused for a second. So, Florida's got B. Historically speaking this year, Florida has been one of the better domination teams. They've seemed to understand it more than most teams. Seem to just understand how scrappy domination is in this game and how much of a coin flip the game can be in Dom. But yeah, Havoc popping a 3-piece mid-map, make it 4. So, looks like, yeah, that just kind of goes to show that Florida just knows domination. The fact that Havoc can do that and then just know that they're spawning green. Instead of, because usually, it's interesting that, Chicago spawned that green there. Let's go back a little bit to this segment of kills that he got, because one of them spawned at C, number 8. Envoy spawned at C. And then Scump spawned at green, and then RCD's right after. Looks like Chicago spawning at C. Why not? Most teams would go to capture C here. I don't know why they're going to B. There we go, never mind. Now they've decided to cap C. Alright. I was confused for a second. They decided to cap C. Well, they decided to not cap C the first time when they were spawning there. It's just weird. But they decided to cap C now. Florida, while Chicago was capping C, Florida was able to get in and cap B. So, yeah. Sky's playing really well right now. He had a pretty solid game 1 with the whole laggy ass video issue. I don't know, still don't know what happened there on my end. But yeah, Sky's is doing solid right now. Well, he's 11 and 4. Pristini's doing solid as well. He's 11 and 8 himself. But it looks like Chicago was able to break through L off of Pristini's 3-piece. Florida's up by 20 points here. So Chicago can work for a 3 cap. Are they trying? Are they working for it? It looks like Chicago is working for a 3 cap, or at least to neutralize A. It's like they're hopping on A all the way. So because of that, Florida spawns at C. They can cap C. Frosty gets a 2-piece at B. It looks like. Yeah, looks like Frosty's able to kill Pristini and Envoy. And because of that, Florida can cap B. Florida spawned at C, they can cap C, and Huntsmen had control for about 2 seconds, and then Florida just got it back. So yeah, that's tragic for the Huntsmen, but a great hold from Florida to like keep control of the game, to keep their foot on the gas, and keep control of everything that's happening in this game. Frosty's still alive here at B, by the way. Damn. That was nice on him to stay alive for that long. Burrow just team killed Havoc, that's tragic. But, looks like Huntsmen are able to break into B. Where did they come from? They just walked in the front door and won their fights. Alright. That tends to happen on this game. Just walk into the front door and win their fights. Skies went to A, but I don't think he realized that Huntsmen were still spawning there. Huntsmen have control of A and B, and they have like Huntsmen have a sliver onto C, but they're down 21 points right now. They're gonna close that gap ever so slightly, and or not if Chicago or if Florida can just at least decap B. Yeah, they decapped B before the tick came through. And they capped it before the tick came through, so Florida's gonna be up. Yeah, they're gonna be up by fucking, I don't know. Oh, can't do math, 19. Yeah, so Florida's up by 19 here. Are they up by 19 or are they up by 21? Hold up. They are up by... Can I see a scoreboard? 19, okay. Yeah, Florida's up by 19. I did AP Calculus in high school, by the way, and I can't do fucking math. So Florida's spawning at A, now Chicago's spawning at C. This is interesting. Florida's not capping A. Never mind, they sent Skies back. I don't know if that's some miscommunication on the side of Florida, but... Okay, that's weird. But Florida's sending 3 bodies straight to B for a quick cap. So, Mutineers have A and B. Yeah, the Mutineers have A and B. They don't have map control, though. Number 3, Frosty. Why did you spawn there? Hello? Why did... What? Hello? Mother of God? Frosty spawned a C? His team's got control of this side of the map. There's a spawn back here. There's a spawn over here. There's a spawn over here. There's a spawn over here. Hell, you could spawn on B? And the game chooses to spawn on C? Okay, I don't know. That's fucked. But Frosty spawned at C. Florida have control of A and B, but they don't have much map control. They've got control of this. Of this little corner of the map. That's all they've got control of. Huntsmen have control of everything else. And all they just have to do is to work a push onto B, and they can have full map control off that. Unless they probably didn't read that Frosty spawned behind them, so who knows. Frosty's able to pick up Formal, Scum's able to trade. Oh, they're doing a listen-in with Huntsman. So I want to hear these comms, actually. I'm going to turn this up slightly. And they go straight to a listen-in, and the Huntsman got a 3-cap.
You guys should have that. I'm staying B.
Stay in corner.
I'm getting green crate. I'm getting green crate.
Came out tools. They can be top. They can be Caesar. Are they still
Yeah, one there.
I think one is. Yeah.
Mid crates, 2 mid crates.
Hitting middle, going green.
I'm backing up.
Yeah, top.
Go in middle. No, in middle, dead.
Top green. I'm one shot A.
B, guys. I'm getting in B. I'm frying these kids, bro.
Yeah, you are pressing. Keep it up.
Bottom middle.
On me A, are we good?
Yes, they could.
He's top green. Top green.
Middle Caesar. Yeah, top green. Graffiti wall.
I'm top green.
Alright, I'm going to turn this out down. Comms from the Huntsman seem really good. Not too cluttered, especially for a 5v5. Comms can get extremely cluttered, but Huntsmen are staying calm. They've got a 2-cap. They're only down by 10 points. If they hold the 2-cap, they can win. And yeah, Huntsmen are in a very solid spot here. They got a good amount of control, but they're starting to lose that control. Hence why the comms got a little bit hectic. But Scump is just holding A. I'm liking this play so that the Mutineers can't just make a really weird push. But yeah, Huntsmen are just winning their fights at B. It looked like it's just kind of what I said in that first game, how the Huntsmen can just flick that switch and start winning. That's just kind of everything that happened here. Looks like Florida is able to make some moves onto B. Is B neutralized? I think it's. I can't tell if B is neutralized or if the Huntsmen have B capped still. I have no idea, but either way, Florida's still spawning C, Chicago's spawning A. The score difference is dropped to 7. Huntsmen still have control of 2 flags. It's probably going to be a lead change coming up soon. Unless Florida can just break in. Can I get a minimap again, please? Thank you. So yeah, looks like Florida were able to just sprint in through L. They won a couple fights. But Pristini get hit in the flank like he does best. Having a really good game here, 26 and 17, wow. 60Hz servers are treating him well. Nah, they're not treating Pharaoh too well, he's 11 and 20 right now. Awakening just ran past Envoy through the smoke to cap C. That's just that's something. But it looks like game state's still kind of the same. Florida's SC, Huntsmen have they've regained control of A and they have B still. Florida looks like Florida's in B. They're able to again walk through L and win their fights. That seems to be a recurring theme this game. Is Florida just walking through L and Huntsmen not being able to do much about it. Game is so close right now. And Huntsmen lost control of B, so looks like Huntsmen really like A on this, so they're gonna probably want to get control of A again as they've got Envoy pushing up there. But number 5, that's Havoc, is doing great. Pharaoh decapped C, to stop Huntsmen from gaining points, and I think that's the game. Yeah, that's the game right there. Hopefully we can get a scoreboard after this one. Yeah. That was a great first round from Florida. I'll have some ending thoughts here as the game's over. Florida had a great first half. Second half got a little bit shaky. Huntsmen, it looks like A is the more favored position for the pro teams here. And I love that, just running at him with the knife. But it looks like A is very favored, and when Huntsmen had A at the first part of the second round, they had control and basically tied up the game. However, Mutineers were able to regain control. They were able to they were able to kind of stall out the game a little bit and not let the Huntsmen get complete control. They were able to keep Huntsmen fighting. Well, they were able to keep fighting Huntsmen at B, able to keep pushing everything out, and they ended up taking control of A from that. They ended up capping B as well a few times during the second half. But overall, it just looks like whoever has A is much more favored on here. It just seems like the more comfortable place to be for each team. Hey, let's take a look at this scoreboard. On the side of Huntsmen, looks like they got outslayed outside of Pristini. Pristini had 9 flag caps too. Wow. Flag-wise, I think Chicago did fine. It looks like I'm looking at the flag cap column here, and we've got. Okay, get this off my screen. Thank you. We've got on both sides. On the side of the Huntsmen, Arcides, Pristini, and Scump seem to be the most hopping flags, and yeah, that makes sense. Playstyle wise, they're players who kind of, especially Pristini, they're players who want to be capping the flag, like flanking around to cap C, or like flanking B and then hopping in or whatever. Their playstyles tend to suit that. On the side of Florida, I think Skies has 3. I can't tell if that's 3 or 8 because it's a little bit blurry, but everybody's got flag caps there. It just seems kind of a little bit scrappy. It makes sense for Skies to not have as much because of his slower AR playstyle. That makes sense. Awakening seems to be the gap filler type of role on this team. Pharaoh just didn't have a good game, 13 and 23. Havoc had a solid game. Frosty had a solid game as well. It just seems like some outslaying by Florida. Better domination play by Florida, to be honest. That first round, it was just Florida in control. They just kind of knew how to play. Florida know how to play from A very well on this map, it seems like. They don't know how to. Their play from C wasn't very clean, hence the start of the second round, how Chicago was able to tie up the game after Florida being up by like 30 points-ish. However, Florida was able to recap A and regain their dominant position. And on the side of the Huntsmen, it seemed like the same thing, but just not as much. The Huntsmen seemed to also really like A, but they weren't able to garner as much of an advantage from that as Florida was able to during the first round. Yeah. Those were my thoughts from this game. Thank you guys for watching. I'll probably cover games 4 as well. Probably game 5 because it's on the Maza. I didn't want to cover game 2 because it's Arklov Peak and I do not feel like watching that. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and have a nice day.